Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. So the kid from MVP just got here, so we are gonna start on the teardown. As I was inspecting this unit, it looks like the only tools I'm gonna need is a Phillips bit and an extension. I did like about 6 bolts around this thing. Now I can pick it up like that. There we go. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, what a mess. I almost got all of this top part unbolted. We're gonna start taking some of these heater hoses. Let's see. Okay, I got that. That looks so ugly. These two should work. Let's give it a try. Okay, perfect. And then this side too. There we go. Nice. Okay. So this is opening up. And now we have this little thing here. Go. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that foam. Oh, there's another piece right here. Okay. So there we go. Oh, wow. Okay. Take this piece off. Leave it on the side. Oh. That piece, and then we're gonna do this. One more piece down here. Beautiful. Nice. Look at this bracket. Look at that. We're almost there. There we go. Okay. Okay. There you go. Okay. Okay. Okay, well. Now we're gonna open it up all the way around since I took everything from the top off. It's all right there. Let's see. Oh, there's a clip right here. There we go. Oh yeah, it is. The tiny little thing. There we go. Okay. Ooh. There we go. It's close. All the pieces are right there. But I haven't been able to fully split this unit, and I'm a little nervous because it feels like it's going to crack, and the only thing it's being held on by is the stud. So that right there, which holds together one of these little, I don't know, it's like a little panel right here in the middle. This is actually where we have to replace some of the foam. So that's what it's being held on by. And I already undid everything else. And it feels really scary because I'm putting like my foot inside while I'm trying to like wiggle it. And I'm trying to like pick it up, but it's not coming apart. So I'm really nervous. I already broke 2 clips. You guys just seen that. But at least what I broke the clips from, it's still being detained with like bolts. So that's cool. It's not gonna just like break off, and if not, I would have to like probably fix it, which I do have some epoxy and wouldn't be a bad idea. All right, we're gonna start organizing all of the parts. We're gonna start scraping off all of that old foam, clean it up, lay these out, lay the new nice clean parts next to the foam where it belongs to, and then start the entire sticking process. Probably let it cure for like a couple hours, and then it should be ready to go. Let's start off with this piece first. Let's find the foam that belongs to these flaps. This one right here. Let's see, let's give it a try. Oh, we got a winner, definitely. Okay. And this one, all right. Oh, I think it's like this. This took some scrubbing, but this is how clean as it's gonna get. And thanks to those little baby bottle scrubbers right there, which I used also to clean the fuse box, and they work so well. I really enjoy those. There's some of the foam, guys, that didn't come in the kit, like that over there. But I did notice that there is this huge piece of foam there. And what I can do is I could kind of just like cut it out and then make the inserts for that piece. And then there's some foam that still looks good on the parts, like on this. I have my lunch thawing out, but this piece looks fine. I'm not gonna replace it. It looks pretty good. It looks healthy. I am gonna clean it out though. I'm still gonna clean out the entire unit carefully though, because I don't really want water like seeping in there. Spraying it with some cleaner really does help get it nice and soft. Like, look at this side. It's pretty clean. But of course I was gonna hit it with my Dremel. And look at that. I left all these pieces just pre-soaking because that's why it's a lot easier to just kind of like scrape it off. I also did get a blade just in case this wasn't really gonna help, but yeah, look. I'm gonna give you guys an update. So I started my day like at 6 in the morning to get this work done, and we're still like halfway there, but all the parts are drying out. I do have to stop by Harbor Freight to pick up some things, and I wanted to show you what I made for lunch because it looks so good. Butter salmon rice. Look at that. Beautiful. I added some kale, some broccoli, so I got all my nutrients. And to be honest, what it costs to make this dish is probably like the same cost of a cheeseburger combo at McDonald's. And I'm talking about wholesale, not retail. So is it really that expensive to eat healthy? No, I think it's the cooking process, and that's what makes it kind of like difficult. I should probably meal prep too, but I'm excited, and I'm gonna shower, get ready, because I would have to start my day all over again. I'm not done, but we're gonna get there. Oh, wow. Look at this. It looks pretty clean. There's still some of that film inside. It looks brand new. All the parts are organized and they are cleaned, they are degreased, and everything is ready to go so I could start sticking on that foam. But I did want to share something with you guys because during the process of me trying to figure out what was keeping this bound together, I accidentally cracked one of the parts. And that's because I didn't end up removing the blower motor. So as I was angling it to like try to figure out what was keeping it together, it snapped. Now I epoxied it. And if you're wondering if that's going to prevent anything from like the entire system from like working, it's not, as long as it's still sealed. I think it's going to be a little tricky to assemble it back together. And that's probably, you know, where I'm going to like have to be really careful with, so it just doesn't crack more. But I did let it seal like overnight, and hopefully we'll see what happens. But let's get started. So I did a test run to choose out the glue because I know there's many options that I could have used, but if we look closely to this one did bond very well. And this glue ends up turning into some type of like foam material when it sets in. It will rise, so I had to use like a lot of clamps on this just to kind of like keep it down. But the stick on it, it's actually really good. So this is what I'm going with, the CRC spray adhesive. It bonds for foam specifically, and it actually it's holding up pretty good. So I like it. So this is what I'm gonna end up using for like the rest of the panels. And I think it works very well too, because you see how there's like indents here. And then on other of the couple of pieces, there's also like a lot of like, you know, these little like rivets, indents, and I think it will work very well for like these pieces. And then for the restorer on these unit as well, and on the rest of the parts, I'm using this. Unfortunately, they don't have it in a spray, but they do have it in this gel. So I'm using that for everything else, just to kind of like keep it super clean before I put it back into the Supra. You know what's interesting? These are the only two flaps where it came with two different sizes to install on it. The thick one would have to go on the inside, and then the thin one would have to go on the outside. And same for this other one, the thick one on the inside and the thin one on the outside. As for everything else, it's just one standard size, but I did want to point that out. And since this entire unit, it's still a little delicate, I'm actually gonna do these separately outside of the unit. And we're just gonna do this last one inside, and then that'll be fine, just because I really don't want to remove these little clips right here on the side. And look how it goes on. I can put it on real precisely on the edges. There we go. Beautiful. It will rise. Okay. Through. Carefully. Oh, beautiful. Now, I want you guys to see how there's no holes that were cut out for this specific flap, but it's okay. I mean, it'll still work fine, so we're just gonna keep it like that. I'm not gonna pre-cut out the holes, we're just gonna stick it on directly. Look at how this came out. Nice. Ready to go. And then these two, this clip and then this tiny little mini bolt right here, these will go locked into that. There we go. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. Keeps that from going anywhere. And now we're gonna... Okay, so I want to show you something really quick before I proceed, but check this out. You see how it like lifts completely up? And I haven't bolted anything down yet. So there's that one bolt that I was referring to, and that's exactly how I ended up there. So there's that one bolt that's in the middle, and it's right through this hole right here. So that one bolt, maybe start off with that bolt before taking anything else out if this video helps you for any reason. And then this is how the bolt looks like. It is a Phillips. It's very hard to see inside that hole. It's a very thin screw. It's very different from like all the other screws in the rest of the assembly. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. Okay, I'll put in the description down below just so you guys can be aware. All right, we have all our bolt placements here, there, 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 there. We have the one, this is how the bolt looks like, by the way. A little stubby thing. And then we'll get this last one. Oh. Very carefully. All right. And then there, there, there. Look how good these came out. So I flipped this entire unit, and there is one last piece of foam that has to go in through that bottom piece. This entire thing had to be sealed, of course, in order for me to get this new foam in there. So as it's drying, I'm also going to install some of these sensors onto the unit. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and add something to provide pressure. Sometimes things like this, they need pressure, and they'll work very well. Okay, so I did want to install a cabin air filter, and I almost forgot to cut this piece. So let's cut it out. It's not the best job, but it looks pretty good. It's pretty clean. Just gotta file it a little bit more, but it looks pretty good. There we go. Got one up here. This piece right there. Piece goes here. I'm gonna bolt that on right now, right here. The door, right over here. So it's like a little stud, and it'll go right into that lever, and then it'll bolt on. And this one goes right there. Piece right here. Okay, so this one will go right here along this base. For the bolt, it'll go into this little lever. This part will go into this base right here for its bolt. This arm has to go into this as well. Let's see, there we go. Now this piece goes in. Beautiful. now we're gonna do these little plates that go up above where the hoses connect to. So like on that side and then on that side. One for the heater and then one for the AC system. Almost there. Now I'm gonna bring the sensors and then I'm gonna start adjusting it on top of this before bolting everything else, because I think it like clips into some of these grooves. It's been a crazy day, but we're finishing strong. Okay, so I had to take out the condenser one more time because this actually goes clipped into the condenser. And all right, so to show you guys the layout, so yes, this clips into here, and then there's like this little hole where you could kind of like stick this in and it fits. There we go. Clips it in. Door is set, and now this cover would actually get bolted on through that little nut wraps right there. So let's get that one out to get that cover in. And this would go in here like that. Beautiful. Keeps it nice and sturdy. And this one right here. Perfect. We already bolted it. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Nice and sturdy. Clip would go right here on top of this panel piece. I already installed it because all these parts in that module has to be installed first before getting to that. That is done, and then there's like one last thing, but there was that like long little silver piece, and that actually goes right here along the bottom, and that's where it tucks into. Now I do have to redo that again, and I had lost the bolt, but I found it. Well, actually I took it from a module, but we'll get that. Now it is completely done. Oh, it looks so good. So this would actually have to be the last piece that would be installed, and then there's this black piece that goes on the side of that, and then this is where it bolts onto. Now the reason why it has to be the last piece is because there's this lever, and it goes into this little pin right here, this stick. This controls the larger flap that's inside of this unit, and then we have this plastic one, and this one controls the smaller flap that is inside the unit. And then we have this arm, so this goes onto this little lever goes right here in the middle, and then this thin long rod would just go right here in the back, and then that's how it would be installed. So now it is fully complete. and it looks amazing. Okay, let's go around. Wow, look at that. I know it's so uneven, and then I do gotta put some epoxy on this because, let me show you guys. Oh, right here. So, I gotta fix that. So, this was broken. I took it out broken, so yeah, but it can be broken. It's gonna need to function. It's gonna need to like close this and open this. So, I got some epoxy. We're gonna get that done. But yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Looks good. It was fun. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that was quite a lot of work? Might have been just, you know, a little bit tedious, but it's necessary. And the entire unit is redone, and I won't ever have to worry about foam coming out of the ventilation system in the Supra, especially because during the summer, I'm gonna keep that thing on full blast. So, not a bad idea, especially since I don't have the interior done. And well, now I can definitely get started on that too. So I'm super excited. This is going to conclude today's video. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below. I am letting that epoxy dry up right now, so I'm going to do the installation tomorrow, and then I'll catch back with you guys. Okay, take care, stay tuned, and stay blessed. Bye.